stand in such an historic institution that represents democratic values, dialogue, and freedom of expression. I would also like to extend my appreciation to our Kurdish friends for facilitating our participation in this constructive and important conference. Human rights are not privileges granted by governments. They are universal and inherent rights belonging to every human being, regardless of nationality, religion, ethnicity, gender, or background. They form the foundation of dignity, freedom, justice, and peaceful coexistence among nations. A better future for all peoples begins with the mutual respect, by listening before judging, understanding before reacting, and recognizing that behind every individual is a story, a family, and aspirations, no different from our own. Ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here to discuss the future of Iran and the many nations and peoples living within this geography, including Kurds, Baluch, Turks, Ahwazi Arabs, Persians, Qashqaris, Lors, and Turkmen. The situation in Iran has reached a critical and dangerous stage. At this moment, responsible international leadership, particularly from Britain and other European democracies, is more important than ever. For decades, the Iranian regime has exported instability and extremism, suppressed the legitimate aspirations of its own people, and pursued policies that threaten regional and international security. Across Iran, people continue to risk their lives, demanding freedom, justice, and basic human rights. They face violent crackdown, internet shutdowns, arbitrary arrests, torture, and executions simply for expressing their aspirations for dignity and liberty. The international community can play an important role by supporting access to uncensored internet and communication, while holding accountable those officials responsible for serious human rights violations. The people of this region have suffered deeply under the policies of the ruling establishment in Tehran. Reckless regional intervention, ideological expansionism, corruption, and systematic repression have contributed to widespread poverty, economic collapse, social instability, and international isolation. Arbitrary detention, torture, and the systematic execution of innocent young people represent grave violations of international humanitarian principles and human rights standards. From this perspective, we believe that the current regime has failed to provide a viable future for the peoples of Iran. Therefore, we call upon the international community to stand alongside the people in their legitimate aspirations for democratic change, self-determination, justice, and freedom. We believe that the peoples and nations of Iran are fully capable of building a democratic and inclusive future based on regional cooperation, international law, and peaceful coexistence, with the support of friendly democratic nations, foremost among them the United Kingdom. In this context, we succeeded in establishing a democratic coalition among various people and political movements in Iran in order to create a united front against authoritarianism, oppression, and the exploitation of our people's resources. This initiative has had a had a positive political and humanitarian impact among many communities. More recently, Ahwazi political parties and movements succeeded in establishing a general framework known as the Coordinating Council of Ahwazi Organizations, which includes the Ahwazi Arab Struggle Movement. For the first time, 8 Ahwazi parties and movements have come together under one political umbrella in pursuit of common goals and peaceful political cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, more than 12 million Ahwazi people continue their struggle for freedom, dignity, and equal rights. Despite living in one of the richest regions in the Middle East, the Ahwazi people continue to suffer from discrimination, marginalization, displacement, environmental destruction, and widespread poverty. At the same time, the Iranian regime continues to guide vast national resources toward destabilizing regional projects and the formation of armed groups rather than investing in the welfare and prosperity of its own citizens. For decades, we have sought to raise international awareness regarding the difficult humanitarian and political conditions in our homeland. Although international resources have often fallen short, we have continued our efforts peacefully and persistently. Today, we deeply appreciate that the British Parliament has provided a platform for these important issues to be heard, and we sincerely thank you for this initiative. I would like to emphasize that the Ahwazi people, despite enduring hardship, imprisonment, torture, institutions, and economic degradation, aspire to be an active and destructive part of the international community. They seek peace, justice, dignity, and opportunity to achieve their legitimate national and human aspirations. The people of Iran and the wider region deserve to be free from fear, repression, and tyranny. The continuation of authoritarian policies and unchecked aggression threatens not only the people of Iran, but also regional stability and international peace. We respectfully urge democratic nations to maintain principled pressure on the Iranian regime through targeted measures against these responsible for repression and human rights abuses, while supporting the rights of people of freedom of expression, peaceful political participation, and self-determination. History will remember those who stood against oppression and defended the rights and dignity of oppressed people. Finally, I would like to state clearly that Ahwazi people reject the dictator of the Islamic group in any form. We believe that the future of Iran must be based on democracy, justice, pluralism, and respect for all nations and peoples, not on the restoration of past systems that fail to protect themselves. Thank you very much.